So what we will do, let's make a reset. Create a new 3ds Max template. No need to use in that interior. Just to know all the lights. Click on the perspective view to all W to maximize. New, yeah. Make a reset.
New file.
A new file, yeah.
Previous save?
No, no need to save. Already saved it this one. Okay. So let's create a simple phrase. Let's say I click on the box. Plus sign near the keyboard entry.
Sorry.
I'm going to mention the length as 7,000, width as 5,000, height as 3,000. And click. Done. Escape twice to finish. Press F4 on your keyboard to see the segments. Okay. So right click, convert to editable poly. Right click, convert to editable poly. Click on the polygon.
Only after clicking this editable poly, you can select all
Everything.
Different polygons.
Polys, yeah.
Editable
Editable poly or edit poly, doesn't matter, whatever. Both are the same. Edit poly.
Either I can go right click
Editable poly or modify list edit poly.
Like
But when you are applying material, you have to be in editable poly. Okay. So click on the polygon, select this front polygon and delete it. Done. Click on the polygon to finish it. Then go to the modifier list and apply shell. Give the outer amount as 150 and press enter. Done. All of them will be complete.
No.
Now, once you're done, to fix the shell, just right click, collapse all, click yes.
what does it mean?
To fix the shell forever, right click on the shell, collapse all, click yes.
So fixing the shell, what
Yes.
does it mean?
It means when I go back to the editable poly or polygon, my shell will go away. The reason the shell is on top of edit poly. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm going to like making it permanent. So I'm going to collapse it. Or you can do another way is just right click on the box, make it edit poly again, it will become permanent. Both the options work.
So you became individual boxes and shells.
Yeah, now this one is with shell.
collapse all.
Collapse all or just right click convert to editable poly. Both of them are actually the same. But collapsing will make the object to mesh. Huh? Okay.
Yes, you will be able to mesh it.
No, it will become editable mesh.
Editable mesh.
Okay, now what I'm going to do, go to the top view. Go to the top view.
So what is the difference in editable poly and mesh?
Mesh are mostly used for games.
For
Games.
games.
Because see, in editable poly you have vertex, edge, border, polygon and element, right? So when you select a polygon, you know that you are selecting an entire quad object. Now when I make it editable mesh, I have vertex, edge, I have face, polygon and element, which means even though it's one face, I can individually select the meshes. Triangle. Most of the programming languages understand triangles, not quads. Okay, that's it. That's the only difference between mesh and. So when you try to download, models from internet, you will see most of the models in mesh. So it doesn't become or look more heavier, and the file size will be 2 MB, 1 MB.
Okay, then what we need to change or that
No. It already comes with materials. We don't have to do anything. Just put him, enter. That's it. So there are some websites like you have this website. Let's say 3darchive.net. From here you can download different 3D files.
free?
It's free. 3dmodelfree.com. This one you have. And you have the paid one, which is turbosquid.com. So here you can find anything you want. Even if you want to buy Burj Khalifa, you can buy Burj Khalifa. They already made and put the model. Okay. This is paid one. You will find each one in the starting price around $100, $200, $300, like that. These two are free. But the models in this one and this one are not that realistic than in this one.
Wait, that is different.
Can you see something, sir? Will I show some download?
How to download?
Three models.
Okay, 1 minute. So I'm going to say 3darchive.net. See, removes the website itself. Sorry, archive 3D. Yeah? So those are the models available. For example, let's say I want this sofa. It comes with materials. Okay, but the materials which are applied in this are mostly V-Ray materials, not Mental Ray materials. So when you bring this model inside Mental Ray, 3D Max will say there is a missing material if you don't have V-Ray plugin installed on 3D Max. If it is installed, you will see it. Okay. Otherwise, you will see him either in black color or gray color.
We can change them.
You can change the material. So I'm going to say download. I will click here. Okay, download. So it will start downloading. So they will give you object. They will give you the images, what material they applied. Different things. Archive.
Why they are giving these things free?
The free. Maybe there are some good people like us.
Make use of me.
So I'm gonna say copy. I'm gonna paste it. Okay, so the model will be in this file. You see this 3ds file. You have to look for this format. Okay, if you don't see this format, there should be another format. Another format will look like this, .obj. OBJ. Those are the two formats they normally post. They never post max file. Okay. So the reason why they are not posting max file, it's because max has a different version, 16, 17. So if they don't save it on 16, they cannot open the 17 on 16. So they may export it into 3ds, which means they can open in any new version or any old version. Okay. So I'm going to drag it, take it to 3D Max. I'm going to drop it. So there is my sofa.
Oh, very simple. Just I don't want to open the file.
No,
drag and pull it out.
just drag and drop. So once the sofa is in hand, click. First make a group because each one of them are separate. Then use the scale to scale him down according to the height that
Where is the scale from? Just an axis?
this one.
Ah.
So I'm going to scale more and I'm going to rotate him like that. So in the top also it will be somewhere up. So you have to bring it down, arrange it. So there you have it. So
We can open a 3D Max file and we can download objects from
websites and drag and drop, then render it. That's it. So your most focus will be on creating your interior, detailing your interior. You don't have to worry about windows. You don't have to worry about doors.
everything is available.
Everything is there. For example, I can type here door. I want doors.
So I don't want to design a door.
So I don't have to design a door. So doors and windows, see. I'll just download it, drop it on my interior where I want to fix.
But with scaling I can put
We have to scale it, yes.
for scaling we can put by numbers. For example, can we put
No, we cannot put numbers. What you can do is, for example, this sofa I scale it manually, right? You can create a box with the length, width and height of the sofa
match it with
and match it with the box, with the proper units. Okay, I got one sofa now. Ready? Okay. Now go to the top view. Go to the top view. Okay. Then go to the camera. We already tried the target camera. Now we want to try the physical camera. Okay. So click on the physical camera. Click on the physical camera. And just drag it to see the room like this from outside. So this is our opening space. So I'm going to drag it inside. Escape twice. Then I will go to my perspective view. I will press C on my keyboard for the camera view so I can see the room. Go to the perspective view and press C on the keyboard for camera view. Dark. If it is coming dark, just change here the realistic to shaded. Sir. Done? Okay. Now, what I will do is press M on your keyboard for the material editor. Press M on your keyboard for the material editor.
So here, whatever material we selected last time, all are available.
All are available. Did you make reset or did you make new?
New.
New will be available. Reset will make it default.
So if I am making a reset, my previous work will also go on.
If you have saved the file, you don't have to worry about it.
It will remain.
It will remain on the saved file. Okay. If when you are creating anything new, you have to make it reset.
So first, I will, if that previous file is saved already, then I will go to new file. I will open new. Then I will reset. When I will reset.
No. Let's say you saved the file. Okay. Now you're going to make another interior. So what you will do, you will go to the application, you will say reset. Because for the new interior, you have to have new settings.
Even though my previous file is open, I will go and I will say reset.
Reset, yes. Because you already saved it. So he will ask he will ask only one message. Do you want to reset? If you didn't save, when you make reset, he will ask, do you want to save this file? So you can save it. Then do you want to reset?
I tried to download that, but I wasn't able to open it.
Right click, extract here.
Sure.
Once you download it, go to the folder and extract the file. Right click, extract it, then you can look for the 3ds file inside.
I just have to import it, right?
Drag and drop. You can import also, but dragging and dropping is more easy.
Similar models are available for the full room, something like that.
Full room, like one whole room.
Yesterday what we did as a room. Full will be available online.
And here you have one by one individual models. But if you go to this website, but nowadays this website has lots of issues. Not coming? Okay, I will check. In this one, you can download, for example, let's say kitchen. The whole kitchen will come. But this website has some issue nowadays. It's not download. Where is it? You extract this one. Yeah. No, this one. So, why do you download that? Drag. Press and on the thing. Go to the 3D Max. Come to the drop it. No archive is on. There is no archive. No, it was downloading actually.
But it's
No need to focus on that. Just wanted to show you.
If you are doing something stupid, that is called karma.
Yeah, but it can also be
Stupid
things.
things.
To have it with me, I go in
Unnecessary thing, unwanted thing.
yeah, I think it's so it's from us, from Arabic, Quran. We learned
Escape.
Why the Simpson came
Yeah.
here? Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, ready? No need to go.
Previous file in the copy part
Yes, sir.
so file ஒரு இன்டர்நெட் கிடையாது
இல்ல பரவாயில்ல ஃபைல் முக்கியம் நான் லைட்ஸ் மட்டும் தான் காட்டுறேன். Okay, now press M on your keyboard for the material editor, then click on the standard here and choose Arch and Design from the material. Choose Arch and Design from the material. From the template, I choose Matte Finish. From the template, choose Matte Finish. Control A to select all the objects and assign the material. You clicked on the standard Arch and Design, choose Matte Finish. Press Ctrl A on your keyboard to select all the objects. Yeah, click here, assign material to selection. Done?
first put material in the room.
I applied for all the objects.
You selected everything.
Yeah, Ctrl A.
Okay, and then
Click here, assign material to selection.
In color here we have two things, diffuse and reflection.
Diffuse is the color.
Diffuse is the color.
Diffuse is the
Reflection
material.
reflected
Shiny. Done? Okay, once you apply the material, click here on the color box, straight to the diffuse level, and just make it slight white. Little bit, very little, and click OK.
this level on it.
Diffuse level 1, yes.
white color.
Just white color, yeah.
English closeness is done.
If you make reflectivity from 0 to 0.1, 0.5, it start getting shiny. Whitish. Not too much white, like half white.
Which color will it sell?
Any color. White. Pure white will be perfect for lighting actually. To understand the light. Inside dark, make the realistic to shade. Now it's fine.
This peak.
Not perspective. Here it should be physical camera.
Shaded.
Shaded. Close the material editor. Now, go to the left view. Go to the left view. Then click here on the lights. Click here on the lights. Okay, so you will have three lights: target light, free light, and mental ray sky portal. Fine. Target light and free light are the same, with the target, without target. Okay. The sky portal is used for mostly daylight system. So the light you will be using right now is click on the free light and click somewhere in the middle of the room like this. Just one click and press escape twice to finish. One click, not much, no more. Click on the free light and click on.
Anyway.
Done? Now, whenever you place a free light, you will see in a symbol of a sphere like this. Now, this is not exactly a sphere, this is called as point light. So now you have different shapes. You have point, you have disc, you have rectangle, fourth, you have cylinder, fifth, you have, let's say, disc, sphere, spherical, and sixth, you have line. So those are the shape of lights available for you. Okay. Now, where we can use the point, we can use the point for the light bulbs, the 40 watts bulb. Okay. Where you can use the cylinder for the tube lights. Where you can use the rectangle lights, in the photography studio, they hold a big white board so that the light can fall on the model's face. You can use that, or car. When they shoot a photography of a car, they have a huge light. Disc, spotlights. In the office, you have that small lights. Okay. Spherical, you can also use it as a bulb, or disco lights, huge disco lights. Okay. Line, you can use it on the core lights in the ceiling or in the floor. Okay. So those are the different shapes available for us. And one more light we will have is dot IES lights. Now these lights are getting more famous nowadays, right? You can see in lots of hotels and residentials. This is how it looks. Basically, you can use this to create a design in the lights. Okay, you can see in some hotels here in Business Bay, the new hotel, in the night scene, you can see different design of lights going from the ground. Okay, so this also you can use it with the photometric lights, but for that you have to download the type of IES lights from the Google. You can find a lot for free. Even when you type IES light, this first link will help you to download 20 lights. This many lights. 30 lights. Okay, so you can see the image and you can add it on the photo memory. So the light will take that particular design, intensity value, how warm or cold it should be.
But we are downloading image only.
No, we are not downloading image. We are downloading the file itself, which is .ies file created by the light departments. How the light should look, what will be the intensity of the light.
Okay, how we will insert the
That when you put the point light, you will ask this light to take that file. That I will show you how you can do. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, once I put the point light, okay, I will select the light and I will go to the modifier. I will select the light. Starting. It's opening. Okay. Just make a room. Not a box. Once you go to the left view, select the light and go to the modify panel. Select that point light and go to the modify panel. Now in the modify panel, look for the first template called here. You see an option called select template, and look at there, they have given you different lights. 40 watts bulb, 60 watts bulb, 75 watts lamp recessed, 4 feet pendant fluorescent, street lights, stadium lights. Okay, so those are the templates already created for you. So when you put a 40 watts bulb inside your house, how it will look? It will be very low, plus dim, plus it will be warm. When you keep your hand near, it will be hot, plus it will be in color yellow. So all these settings are done for you according to the real world units. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose 40 watts bulb for this light. Okay. So once you choose 40 watts bulb, look here on the general parameters.
it's coming yellow now.
Huh? It will be yellow inside the room, yes. Now, light properties, you can use this to on and off the light. Okay. The second option, you can check the target, but right now we cannot check it because we place the light from the left view. So the target is going like this, not like this. So if I would have put the light from the top view, the target would have went down in the left view. Okay. So no target now. The thing you have to switch on is the shadows. Check the shadows and make sure whenever you use the mental ray render, you should use below the light properties. Okay, so make the shadows to ray traced shadows. Ray traced shadows. Whenever you use mental ray, use ray trace shadows. Don't use shadow map or area shadows, no. Now, why you will not use those shadows? It's because, for example, when you have, let's say you have a glass, okay, a solid glass, something like this, and you have another glass object itself. So when you put shadow map as a shadow, both the shadows of the glass will be black and black. Normally in the real world, you can see the shadow of this object black and the shadow of the glass transparent. Okay, if you want to achieve that kind of shadows, you have to use ray trace shadows. That's a real time shadow. Okay,
There is one more mental ray shadow map, that also.
all of them will show that shadows to be black and black only. Okay. Now, light distribution type, for now I'm keep it as uniform spherical. We will change it later on for other lights. Intensity, color and attenuation, I don't have to do anything because I already choose the template called 40 watts bulb. So according to that, he done all the settings for me. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, you see this point light, I will press and hold the shift key and I will make a copy of him here. Make copy, nothing, instance reference, no, just copy and click OK. Just make a copy. Alright. No, shift and drag it. Press shift and drag it. Select the light, press and hold the shift key from the x-axis like drag and far away. And choose copy and click OK. Done? Select this light and from the template choose the same 40 watts bulb. Then all other options are okay. Just slowly scroll down until you see the setting called shape area shadows emit light from shape.
Oh, sorry.
Say again.
No, the copy.
Yeah, the copied one. Select the second light and from the template choose 40 watts bulb and come down to a section called shape area shadows. Then change the point to line.
Point line.
Okay, give the length of the line for now, let's say 1000. So you will see a line coming from the point. So what exactly it's saying here, right now the light will come from the line, not from that point.
So how much we have to
Just put 1000 and press enter.
$1,000 is 1 meter.
1 meter, yeah. Okay, now to see the light, for example, I did put the line, the light is coming, but I want to know from where the light is coming, the source. So what I will do, I will say light shape visible in rendering.
from where?
Below line.
Because for us, the
Come down.
What is
Just-
this value?
Which
Shadow
value?
sample value.
Shadow sample is when the light falls on the object, the shadows will appear, right? So when the shadows appear on the floor, If the shadow samples are very less, it will look grainy. Dot 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 dot. To make it smooth, you can increase the shadow samples. But the render time takes too much. Now again make a copy of this light, the line light like that. Click OK.
If I put it that side,
Which one? Any side, doesn't matter. I want to see all the lights, how it looks. Then come down until you see the same emit light from shape. This time choose rectangle. This time choose rectangle. And give the length and the width as, let's say, 600 by 600.
it's already rectangle.
Huh?
It's already rectangle.
No, no. This is line, this is rectangle. You have to make it rectangle, length and width 600 by 600.
So I will change only the number.
Yes. The first one is line, huh? Okay. Again make a copy of this one. This time change the shape of this light
You did
to
not mention the wattage for this one.
40 watts. It's already 40. We are copying from that one only, right?
It is not coming.
No, no. See here in the CD value. If it is 38, then it's fine.
So no need to change.
No need to change it. Yeah. Make it disk. Give the radius as 250. Huh? Disk.
We need to see what
You need to save it.
Save. White trash.
this is one. This one exactly like this.
Done.
My line is, your line is horizontal, my line is vertical.
You are in the front view. I'm in the left view. You took the front view. I'm watching from the left view. Go to the left view, you will see like mine. Done.
Then
No, all are in the same line. Now,
you have to make it again if you want. Keep in that.
Be on the front view, no problem. Doesn't matter. Okay, one more copy of that disk. Change this one shape to sphere. Give the, let it be 250, doesn't matter. Huh?
250.
250, yeah.
what is the, now it's become,
Huh?
it's not spare, this with it now. Spare.
Here, yeah.
250, what is the value? 250?
Radius. And one more copy, the last one will be your last shape, which is gonna be cylinder. The length, keep it as, let's say, 150. No, keep it as 600. Radius as 100.
So I have to choose what last one?
Cylinder.
And the amount?
Length 600, radius 100.
Yes, sir, this one.
Good. 1, 2, 3. One more light. The last one. Make a copy. Click OK. Okay. In this one, nothing to change the shape. You see here light distribution type. This one,
Okay.
which is saying uniform spherical.
Yes.
Change it to photometric web.
We want to supplement
But we need to choose a photometric file, but we need to download that also.
So what does it mean? Photometric web?
Photometric web will let you to choose that IES file which you are downloading from internet. Photometric web, yes. So what I'm going to do, instead of choosing the file, you see from the template, look for, you see the recessed light 75 watts lamp, choose that one. That itself is actually a photometric light. You'll see the symbol of the light over there. In the template, look for recessed lights.
Recessed light.
75 watts lamp.
Okay.
Just check here. The selection.
Done? So you see this kind of a diamond shape. This is saying that's how the light will be. Like a pointed one. But we are placing like this in the left view, so it's okay. What I'm going to do right now, let's go to the front view. Let's go to the front view. Maybe better, go to the top view first. Go to the top view. You see the last light, which is your recessed light. Move him close to the wall like that. Don't go away from the wall, close to the wall like that. Okay. Then go to the front view. Click on the rotate and rotate him in the Z axis. I think it will be saying 90. You can make it, let's say, how much? Around, yeah, in the front view, minus 90. 90. I need it straight. Minus 90. If you want, you can keep it very close to the wall also. No problem. The z-axis 90, minus 90, sorry.
Minus yeah, link it down. Down or there?
Here. You have to click on the rotate, and here you have to type minus 90. Or you can manually rotate from the yellow line, no problem. Huh? XY00. No. XY00. It's okay.
We already moved it.
We moved it, yeah. Now, from the front view, select all that lights and move him close to the wall also. Not much, very little. From the front view, select all the lights and move him not very close to the wall, just a little bit. Done. Now go to the camera view and make sure you are seeing all the light in front of your camera, like this. Okay. It's not coming? It's coming. Huh? It's very bright. Huh? You see? Yeah, that makes a realistic shading. Realistic. There you go. Now go to the camera view, press C on your keyboard.
Customize or using tools. This C is already there. Yes.
Shift F.
I
How from here? From here, how
The connector is very
sense. How to set?
What happened, sir?
So,
Sure.
Now looking like you.
Capacity of this internet is 100 MPS, but currently it is giving only half percent of that. It means 500 MPS. This is 100 MPS. So this is going to room condition. Only 8 MPS. Number I don't know why. It is only 18 MPS. Connection. They
Like where is it?
say 8 MPS. I'm paying only 14 MPS. If it going with this downloading of 2S, downloading is free.
so what you pay recharge invest?
Now how to download?
So at the university is the first
Okay. Now, what you have to do before doing the rendering, we have to do the settings of the camera. So, select the camera. Go to the top view and select the camera. Select only the camera. Go to the modify panel. Physical camera, not target. Select the camera and go to the modify. Done? Okay. Now once you're done, the first thing is in the modify panel, look for the option called aperture. Look for the option called aperture. Hey, keep it 8. Now why this settings? Aperture, shutter speed, ISO chart.
See, here, aperture 8. This is already
The aperture. Next up.
Yes.
Where is my ISO?
Now, see, I'll download it.
Now, we have 3 different types of settings in this camera. So the first one we was talking about is aperture, right? See, right now our aperture is set to f8. Now, so f8 means that is the lens of the hole. Sorry, that is the whole of the lens. Okay, so the lower the lens of the hole, the amount of light which comes inside the camera will be less. So the wider it will be f1.4, the amount of the light which comes inside the camera will be more, very bright, overexposed. And there is another thing in aperture is, see this one, f16, the toys and everything on the room is focused. f1.4, only the toy is focused and rest of them are blurred out. So the aperture can be done for both, either focusing on one particular object or the whole room by increasing and decreasing the size of the aperture. Okay, so right now where we are around f8. So our rooms are focused, little bit blurred out, and the amount of the light, as I showed you here, that's the amount of the light which is coming inside. It's fine, right? Okay, so I'm keeping at the same f8. Now here, look for the option called shutter. Look for the option called shutter. Change that frames to 1 by seconds. Change the frames to 1 by seconds. 1 per second. Okay? Okay. Now 1 per second, let me open the chart of the shutter also. Shutter speed. Okay. So the shutter speed, the lower the value, like 1 by 125, which means, the higher the value, the darker the image will be. The lower the value, the brighter the image will be, which means in the DSLR cameras, when you click on that button, you hear the sound like that. Okay, that is shutter. So when you keep 1 by 25, the shutter opens and closes very fast. Okay, 1 by 25, the shutter opens and closes very slow. So the amount of light is coming through the camera. Okay, when I keep it very fast, it's like tada. So the amount of it cuts our light. But what happens when you do the shutter? See this one, for example, this part. When I keep a lower shutter speed, lower.
1 by 2 is 0.5.
1 by 2 is lower shutter speed.
There, when you show you, if you have 1/25, less light came.
Less light came.
No.
Mm.
If it is 1/25, it was bright.
It was bright.
Because more light came.
More light came.
And so it is, shutter speed is slow actually.
Yeah, slower.
Shutter speed is
Shutter speed is slower, which is less.
okay.
The numbers are less.
Time taken is more actually.
Yeah, time taken
is
more.
correct.
Like night modes.
Night modes, yeah. So when you keep your shutter speed 1/2 seconds, if you're doing any animation in 3D Max, it will look like this, blurred out. Okay, but we are doing an image render, so we don't really have to worry about it. And when you keep the shutter speed, right now the 3D Max is saying 1/1000. So you can freeze any object. You can even freeze a speed car. Okay, so this is how shutter speed works. The last option, come down, you will see an option called exposure gain. Look for the option called exposure gain. Change the target to manual. Same like DSLR. And make the ISO value as 100.
Exposure value.
Exposure gain to manual, the value to 100 ISO.
Black. Black.
It will be
not
black,
selected. Black. Yeah.
No, don't worry about the black. Exposure gain, make it manual, and the ISO value is 100.
You cannot select.
No, make it manual.
You can select us.
He cannot select. Okay, can you click here in this button, exposure control install?
Install.
Now you can select.
Okay.
So if it is shutter speed 1/second, here if we are saying 1/1000, what does it mean? In 1000 second, one click will be happen.
The shutter speed is fast now.
Oh, it is fast. It is okay, but it is saying one per second means
One-
one shutter click, right?
One shutter click in 1000 seconds.
1000 seconds. So in 1000 seconds, it will click once.
Yes. No, don't think. So when you click the shutter speed, 1000 seconds means how many, means like how faster it is.
Split
How
second.
we
Per
can,
second, one
what you are
person.
saying it's okay, but how this means this sentence or terminology relates to that what you are telling.
Okay, so when you click on the shutter button, okay, 1000 second means the speed of the shutter. How speed? 1000 speed. Like fast, very fast.
Means in 1 second, 1000 time it will click.
No. Not that, not related to time. Okay, like one shutter, 1/second. So which means you are clicking the shutter in a speed of 1000 seconds. 1000 not 1000 seconds. Very, very fast. So the shutter is opening and closing.
If we are saying 1000 second, that is time actually.
Not 1000 second, 1000 speed.
But this shutter type, it is saying 1/second.
1000.
1/second. And now on the second location it is 1000. So it is 1000 second actually. Also it is written as duration. This is duration.
Yeah, 1000 second means he is not keep opening for a long time.
But it is here, it is saying duration. Okay.
Duration 1/1000
1/1000.
seconds.
So it is less duration.
Less duration.
Less duration. Okay.
1/1000 how much? That kind of speed.
Milliseconds.
S means speed.
Millisecond.
Milliseconds.
0.001
0.001 second.
So
only
if
click.
this value is
We can
high,
click within a
less
second.
light will come.
You may not even see this very fast.
It will be, that's it.
That's why we can take the image from
Okay.
movie.
Yeah, and the fastest car frozen. The bird get frozen
Okay.
even if it flies.
This is duration actually. 1 millisecond actually. We are saying
1 millisecond.
1 millisecond you click it.
1 divided by 1000.
So exposure is only for 1 millisecond. In 1 millisecond, whatever light is coming, that
That is captured. Now ISO is like this. This is the ISO. The ISO value I gave is 100. Okay. So the higher the ISO value, that's what happens. Grainy effect. Okay. Now why, even though we have this two, why the third one? The reason is, let's say you are keeping your shutter speed 1/2. Okay, the lowest shutter speed. You open the aperture fully, f1.4, and in your room you have only one candle light. How much the candle light intensity will be? Not much. Okay, got it? Maybe this is mostly used for star trails. To capture the star trails, they use this. So what happens when you have this one fully open, shutter fully in a lesser second? Still you cannot capture the amount of light which is coming. You want to capture that shot. With that candle light, you want to ignite the entire room. So then you will start increasing the ISO. So when you start increasing the ISO, you will get grainy effects. But there are some professional cameras which have a highest ISO value controlling the grainy effect also. But in this 3D Max camera, we don't have it. Okay. But now how we can remove the grainy effect? Of course, we have to use Photoshop to do the post-production. Okay. So you will take the final image to Photoshop. You will use a filter called camera raw filter, and you will blur out the grain. So it smoothens out the result. Okay. But in this room, we don't need that ISO. So I kept the lowest value I can, which is 100 ISO. Okay. But now it will be very dark because remember, we are in 1000 seconds and we have, this one is 40 watts, this one is 80, 120, 160, and how much? 200, and the last one is 240, and our recessed light is 75. Something around 400 watts inside a 7x5 meter room. So of course it will be dark, 1/1000 second. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to cut my seconds. I'm going to make it 1/200 seconds.
Then resolution will be more.
No, the light will be more. The amount of light which comes inside the camera will be more.
only a spotlight is.
1/200 seconds.
ISO more means resolution.
ISO more means grainy effect. The resolution will start show grainy. ISO less means perfect. Now go to the camera view. First save your drawing for a safer result. Save your drawing. Go to the camera view and save your drawing. And shift Q on your keyboard to render it. As you can see, still it's more less. I don't see the amount of light which is coming inside my camera. So again, I will reduce my shutter speed to 10 seconds. Then it will start showing the brightness effect. And look at the shape of the lights also. Cylinder, sphere, disc, point light, as you don't have see anything. Line, it just comes like one single line. Rectangle, and that IES light which I told you. It forms the shape on the wall.
Then we have to do
The shutters 10, yes.
The camera modified.
No, just make the duration shutter speed to 1/10 seconds.
More than 1 second.
One. The last is one.
That means you can put
See this one. I'm going to select this slide. Okay. I will choose one of the IES slides which I downloaded.